They waited until it was over, until the fireworks shot in the sky and the rain soaked them into the skin, until that glistening trophy was safe in her hands. And go, fuck that. Yo, it's Call It a Spade. Yo, it's Raymond Hanson over here. Got my man Osayuki.
What's going on? What's going on? So we got a special guest here today. We got Ehigie in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What's up, guys?
What's going on? And today we're going to talk about the 2018 FIFA World Cup that just finished a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we have a very special guest here. He's gonna sit there and talk to us. He's gonna inform us. That's very important.
We got our designated neighborhood soccer expert.
Yes, exactly.
He's gonna cover the whole entire tournament for us.
Yeah, he's nice too, for real. He could really ball too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
he's nice.
Absolutely.
And we only felt it was right. We're talking about LeBron. The FIFA was a big thing too. We had to talk about it.
Happened, yes.
If anything, it's bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, it kind of surprised me a little bit that it was actually happening. I didn't realize it until maybe a week ago. Until like a week or two before. A week or two before it actually started. So I was like, oh, that's a pleasant surprise that they doing the World Cup.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Right. So. What do you want to start?
Yeah, the World Cup was an amazing event as usual. It happens every 4 years. Mm-hmm. As you can tell, some players did worse in the cup than some other players, but as usual, stats speak for themselves. So the players with the best stats did the best in the cup as usual.
Okay. So
yeah. Who are the players that did really well?
On goals, teams like England, Belgium, France, Portugal, they have a distinction, and in stats like red cards, yellow cards, teams like Germany, Mexico, and Korea didn't do as well as teams like France and Belgium and England. They are obviously distincted as worse players.
So with those teams that didn't do so well, what do you think might have caused their performances? Led to that? What do you think that they did that led to them having those kind of performances that they did in the World Cup?
Yeah, basically not following the rules. Players that followed the rules clearly did better in the game of soccer. Like in soccer, you're supposed to use your feet, not your hands. Some players use their hands, and since they don't respect the rules of the game, they're red carded and ejected, and their team usually ends up losing because they have less men to play.
Pardon me for sounding ignorant. I'm not really familiar with soccer like that, but how are these players using their hands?
How are they using their hands? So yeah, they're using their hands. They use their hands. Players that kick the ball score. It's obvious. Like players like Mbappe, players like Cristiano Ronaldo, they kick the ball. They play with their legs. Players like Jerome Boateng, players like Carlos Sanchez, Chicharito. They play really aggressively.
Okay.
So that's why I say they was using their hands.
Speaking of Chicharito, I have some knowledge of soccer myself. I know he was part of the Mexican team, right? How did you feel that the Mexico team in particular did in the World Cup? Do you feel like they did as expected? Did they go over? Did they do more than they were expected to do? Did they underachieve? Did they overachieve? How did you feel about their performance for this tournament?
Mexico reached the round of 16. A lot of teams that are swing teams. Yeah. So a swing team is a team that is supposed to make a really, really good team lose. Okay. So a lot of swing teams made it to the round of 16. So when there's a lot of swing teams in the round of 16, which usually very competitive. Mm-hmm. So a team like Germany was eliminated.
Right.
So that was a big thing. So,
how come?
Yeah, because like I explained earlier, the red cards. Jerome Boateng's red card was disastrous for Germany. They was unable to recover, and their team was eliminated.
Before we speak about Germany, how about with the Mexican team, right? Back to Mexico and their squad. How did you feel about did they overachieve? Did they underachieve? Did they do as expected? Like, from your opinion, like what did you feel about that?
Mexico's a really famous. It's a really famous team in the World Cup. It's a really famous national team. A lot of the players are usually high quality and play in Europe and in popular leagues and have a lot of fans. So they're a popular swing team.
Okay.
So
they're considered a swing team too.
Yeah, they're considered a swing team considering that they never really won the World Cup.
Okay.
Pardon me. What is a swing team? Swing?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't mention that before earlier.
What do you mean?
He mentioned it, he mentioned it because that swing team was a team that was there to eliminate the.
Oh no. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's the bigger teams. Pay attention, man. Jeez.
My bad.
All right, so you consider Mexico a swing team, right? So based on their performance, do you think they underachieved as the swing team? Did they overachieve? Did as expected? How did you feel? How did you feel about that?
I think that they put in a lot of effort. And the swing teams did good this year, obviously, because they took out a team like Germany, which has won the World Cup in the past. So that was a big deal this year.
Okay. All right. So back to what you were saying about Germany. You said Boateng, right? Jerome Boateng, right? So I believe that he's a defender, right?
Yeah, he's a defender.
Right. So
Center back.
Right. So when did that red card occur during that? What match did that happen?
It happened in I think happened in the group stage. Germany was unable to.
Do you know what match?
Against South Korea.
Okay.
They were unable to qualify for round of 16. It was eliminated by a swing team called South Korea.
Oh, so was that the last match?
That was their last match, yeah.
I remember South Korea. I heard about I remember when they made it to the round of 16. I believe whenever they faced Belgium when they were up 2-0, and then Belgium came back and scored 3 straight on them, and they ended up being eliminated. That was something else. That was something crazy stuff. So what other in terms of the not so much. So Germany was a surprise. What about any other teams that surprised you during the FIFA World Cup? Like any other of those?
You had any other surprises?
Yeah, any other established teams, established countries that usually.
Actually, about that red card, right? That was a little bit of that question was a really specific question. To make truth, the red card was during the match against Sweden. Germany versus Sweden. That was when Boateng was red carded.
Okay.
So if I was impressed by other swing teams,
I mean, well, all right. First the swing teams, right? Were you impressed by other swing teams?
Yeah, when you get geared up for a cup that seems like, it doesn't seem like it's been a short time, but it's a cup that really took off with the beginning of television.
Okay.
And the beginning of TV.
Wow, you said at the beginning of TV. When the TV?
At the beginning of when television became really popular. That'll be when the World Cup really took off.
Okay.
Took off as a sporting event. Mm-hmm. A lot of sporting events really took off because players could be seen on TV playing.
Right.
So you get to see them more often if you're a soccer fan or they call it football, but like a soccer fan. If you're a really big soccer fan, you can keep seeing your favorite soccer players, your favorite basketball players, all the time on cable, on television.
Yeah.
So basically, swing teams were impressive this year. 2018 because they took a really big time World Cup winner, Germany. They eliminated them from the cup. So they're really big. Swing teams this year did really good at making a team that is usually a winner get eliminated.
Right. Besides Germany, who else was a big time team that didn't make it, that got eliminated?
Another big team. Germany would be a winner of the World Cup.
Right.
So another big team that was eliminated
in the group stage.
Group stage.
Group stage?
Group stage.
For those of you who don't know what the group stage
I think it's really Germany is really the biggest.
All right. For those of you who don't know what the group stage is, this is where the initial how many teams was it? 64? Not 64, right? No. What's it like? How many teams are in the World Cup itself that start off?
How many teams start off? They start off with more than.
So like 32.
I think 4 each group.
Right. So how many
And
groups?
then
now?
Group A, Group B, C, Group D, Group E, Group G, Group H, Group F. So
That's
4.
7.
I think it's 1, 2, 3.
That's 7, right? That's 7 groups.
That's 28, right?
Yeah, that should be 28 teams, right?
Yeah, you guys do your math quick. Yeah, I think it's about that amount.
Right. So 28 teams that's still World Cup. They're split into 4 different groups, and they play each other once. So every team plays each other once. So there's about 3 games for each team, essentially, and there's a point system. So whoever gets the top two teams that scored the most were the ones that advanced, and the other 2 that didn't score will be eliminated, and then won't get past to the first round. So Germany was a big into the 2018 World Cup. So besides Germany, I guess we go to the knockout stage, right? So how did you feel about the knockout stage? Like
Round of 16, right?
Yeah, the round of 16 knockout stage.
Round of 16 this year was intense without Germany playing. It was really intense. Teams like Nigeria, Iceland, Mexico, Iceland. Wait, hold on. My bad. I'm looking at that group stage. Teams like I was thinking about the group stage. Teams. 16. Yeah, Iceland was also eliminated. My bad.
No, go.
All right. So teams like teams like Mexico, teams like Japan, teams like Portugal. They played very intensely. Cristiano Ronaldo also played really intense.
Okay.
During the group stage and the round of 16.
How do you feel about Cristiano Ronaldo's performance? How do you
That's
feel
a
about
that's a iconic game of the tournament.
Okay.
That was a really iconic game of the tournament. Players like Cavani, Suarez really played.
Before, what were the teams that faced him? Like, because Cristiano Ronaldo, what country did he play for again?
Portugal.
Yeah, so as a Portugal, what team did they face in the round of 16? The iconic game that you're mentioning. The iconic game that you were just about to mention, right? The Portugal game. What team did they face? Who's their opponent?
Who Portugal's opponent?
Uruguay.
Oh, Uruguay. Okay, so that was the iconic game that you felt for the World Cup. Was that like a signature game for the World Cup, or was there like better games?
That was one iconic game in the World Cup.
Oh, okay.
Because Portugal was eliminated after the 90th minute.
Oh, really?
Cavani and Suarez showed that a strike force was way better than Ronaldo. Portugal was unable to prove that they could link up as good as Cavani and Suarez to many soccer fans.
Okay.
Cavani's goals were really seen in the World Cup as like a striker. Like if you're a striker, if you're a striker in the game of soccer, you would like to play like Cavani. You would like to imitate Cavani because Cavani's skills are really effective on the pitch, as well as Suarez.
Mm-hmm.
Suarez's skills are also really effective on the pitch.
Can you tell us like some of the events that happened during that game?
Some of the events, Ronaldo came out with a new like a beard style. That was also interesting because he's usually clean shaven, so he had like that, like a little Portuguese beard, goatee, something like that.
Right.
So something like that was really interesting. So his style was a little bit different. So I don't know if that was gonna be a hint to how he felt like he could play that day. Maybe that was a hint to how he felt like he was gonna play. I don't know, but I feel like that was like a tip where his clean shaven face was now like replaced with like a beard, and he looked like that, like he was going to lose, and that was his last game.
He looked like he was going to lose, and that was about
He looked like he was gonna lose. Damn.
Yeah, I summarized the whole thing. All right, cool. Any other interesting games in the knockout stage that you want to mention, or any other teams that you surprised that their performance in the knockout stage?
Can I ask something?
Brazil also eliminated a big fan base. Mexicans love soccer, obviously. It was I watched some of the highlights on Telemundo. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I pulled up at Channel 47,
and they were showing soccer 24/7.
Telemundo,
and Mexico was eliminated, and it was really cheering for them. But Mexico was eliminated by Brazil, which is another Latin team, and that was also another big highlight of the knockout of the round of 16.
Right.
Belgium was also given like a croissant. And it was called Japan. It was Japanese. They had it, and they buttered it extra, and yeah, basically Belgium got through.
Oh man. So what do you want to ask me?
Nah, I guess I'll wait to if you guys get there. But like I'm just asking. I'm not sure if it's irrelevant because you guys are all over the place to me right now. So big players, Cristiano Ronaldo, everybody knows him. Who exactly is Messi?
Who exactly?
I don't know him. So
Messi?
Messi
is like the ideal number 10 in the whole soccer franchise. Is Lionel Messi.
I was just about to ask that. What is the ideal number 10? What is that?
Number 10. Yes, a position that Ronaldinho had that position. He was also a number 10. A number 10, basically, when you have a club, your number 10 is your best, highly skilled player. He's like the number 10. He's the star of the team, and he has full control over the ball. Like if you pass the ball to him, it sticks to his feet, and he knows what to do with it.
So basically, he's like the conductor.
Yeah, basically, he's a player that's going to be nifty. He's going to be nifty. He's going to be grimy, and he's going to do.
He controls the pace for the team.
Yeah, he's going to make you. He's going to make you. He's going to make you work for the ball.
Okay.
He's going to make you work for the ball.
So a number 10 to football or soccer is equivalent to like a point guard.
Basically, I mean,
is it more towards a point guard or like a superstar?
Yeah. You could call him a playmaker. A point guard is usually a playmaker, so he has ball skills, and that's what a number 10 usually needs. He needs ball skills.
Yeah. So you need to have good handle, good control, right? Okay.
Usually, all the best plays that team makes is usually through their number 10.
Okay. So Messi is a number 10. What we consider number 10, then, right?
Yeah, everyone knows how Messi performed horrible after winning the Ballon d'Or, the best player of the year. He won best player of the year a few times, and he clearly played horrible this tournament because everyone expects a player like Messi to win with the most fans, but unfortunately Argentina was eliminated.
So 2 questions: who did he lose to? Well, first of all, what team does he play on?
What team does he play on?
Yeah.
Barcelona.
The
Okay.
country itself.
Argentina.
Oh,
Okay. So who did they lose to?
They lost to. They was eliminated against the World Cup winners, France.
Oh wow! Okay. That wasn't a loss for nothing, right? Right. But
players like Mbappe, like we talked about earlier, really kick the ball. They really kick the ball, and they really go for that. They really go for goal.
So what was he doing differently? Like, why wasn't he being as effective? Like, what was he not doing?
Messi?
Yeah.
I think Messi was getting shut down.
Oh, okay.
That's how I feel like Messi's getting shut down. I mean, that's how I feel like Messi was getting shut down. But I talk about stats. Mm-hmm. So Messi put up a lot of stats for Argentina.
Even during that game?
Yeah, during Messi put up a lot of positive stats for Argentina in this tournament this year. So clearly Argentina, I can see Messi was a top top player in assists.
Yeah.
So he put in a lot of stats for Argentina, but as you can see, many other Argentinian players did not put up as much positive stats. Some players from Argentina put up negative stats, like Mascherano. He put up a negative stat with yellow cards. He had the most yellow cards in the tournament, and it was clear that Messi was carrying the team as a number 10.
So he had no help, right?
I feel like his team was shut down.
Yeah. Shut down completely.
I feel like his team was shut down. I mean, I'm a fan of PSG. PSG. I'm a fan of
That's Paris.
Paris. Yeah, I'm a fan of Paris
Very Paris.
myself. So I was rooting for France because of that.
Right.
But I would really bet like $1 million on Brazil and make like 20 if everyone else betting, and Brazil was eliminated too. So that was also another a bad performance from players like Neymar, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. They really make the game in terms of the soccer franchise, but their players didn't play as good as France's Griezmann, Mbappe, and Pogba. So and they're not talked about as much as them. So they're getting the reputation, the rep that they deserve for winning the World Cup.
As they should. So moving on from the round of 16, who were the ones that advanced, and then the teams that advanced into the next round, and then what games stood out to you from that round?
The games, yeah, we talked about some of the games already. The round of 16.
After the round of 16.
Argentina. Quarterfinals?
Yeah.
Okay, games that stood out to me in quarterfinals
Right.
is obviously Belgium, Brazil.
Okay.
Brazil was really a really interesting game because Neymar was expected to, step over Belgium, basically step over.
Step over them.
Yeah, step over, bicycle kick.
And I heard Belgium was a very strong team.
Rambona, they was expecting a lot from Brazil, and they was limited by Laku and De Bruyne, and they played really, really well. And Eden Hazard is a talent that I grew up watching, so I know that Belgium had a solid strike force, and that was the key to them beating Brazil.
I heard, wow, I didn't know they were supposed to walk over them. I heard Belgium had a pretty solid team this year. Okay, what are the games about? What are the games in the quarterfinals?
In the quarterfinals, I talk about some teams that Croatia, Russia was swing teams. Two swing teams played each other, and it was a really powerful game. Russia, the host, was unable to beat Croatia, and it was a penalty shootout, and it was it was a shootout, and basically.
Before you start, can you explain what a penalty shootout is to the fans that don't know?
Yeah, it's basically usually after extra time, your team they allowed to just take set kicks, set pieces at the keeper. So they want to see you score goals. Right. So usually there's deadlock, and you didn't score any goals during the 90 minutes and during the extra time. Mm-hmm. So during the penalty shootout, you have to score goals, and the team with the most goals win.
Okay. So it got to that point for Croatia and Russia, right?
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like Croatia used like an AK-47, and Russia's bulletproof was just basically Chinese, and it didn't work out for them. That was it.
OC dying over here, man.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. So wow. So the four teams that made it to the semifinals, right, were, if I remember correctly, was it France, Belgium, Croatia, and England, right? So by you shaking your head, I think you're saying that's correct. How I felt about it, because I did watch the semifinal and the final.
Yeah, OC. How you feel about the semifinal?
How did I feel about it? Well, I don't know. Maybe you can attest to it or not, but I felt that the France-Belgium game should have been the final matchup, and the Croatia-England game was like just a sideshow because those two, like I felt that whoever won between the France-Belgium game was going to win the World Cup. That's how I thought about it, and eventually that
turned out to be true, right? Yeah.
So how about you? How did you feel about that?
Yeah, man, I agree with you totally. I felt like that as well. I mean, Croatia looked like a team that was a swing team.
Right.
England is also a very popular team in the World Cup and has won the World Cup before. So Croatia being a swing team took them out. To show you what swing teams do, the danger of a swing team is that they will take out a team that has reputation. And Croatia did that. They just used that. A nuke on England, and I was really
so swing team necessarily isn't like a bad team, though, is it?
Swing teams are great teams. They won. They participated in the Confederations Cup and qualified for the World Cup against a bunch of other nations. So basically, swing teams are just teams that are in the World Cup and have not won it or have not gotten to finals and etc.
So they won't necessarily be a bad team per se. So they're not necessarily a bad team. They're just a team that hasn't won yet.
Yeah, a team that hasn't won anything. Okay. So some teams win stuff, and they're considered popular teams. So they're considered teams that can lose rep from losing to swing teams.
Actually, so if you lose to like Germany losing to Japan, South Korea?
South Korea.
Stage. That's actually a bad thing for them. Right?
It's a bad thing because the swing team successfully beat them. Successfully took them out of the tournament.
Okay.
So speaking of the quarterfinals, when arriving to that point, was there any? You guys are talking about the quarterfinals, right? Semifinals. Yeah. So was there any team that either you guys expected that was going to take it off?
Yeah. We talked about that. Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, I mean because they didn't make the semifinals, right?
No, they didn't make it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So at that point, who did you think was going to take it?
Out of the 14 in the semifinals, who did you feel that
at that point?
So win the whole cup?
Yeah, at that point.
I think it'd be the three of France, Belgium, and England. So I'd probably say I'm going to sound like that. So I'm going to say that I think France. Yeah, I think France.
Oh shit! Okay.
So yeah, France was going to win.
Oh,
start. I knew.
Did you think that?
No, I didn't. I actually thought Belgium was going to win.
You just said that. You just said that. Yeah. You just said that.
I think Belgium was going to actually win this one because their team seemed to be more balanced from top to bottom. But granted, I didn't really watch too many France games. I've heard about what they were doing. I was like, they're really, I just thought they were just having a solid tournament right now.
Yeah.
I knew about Belgium and their squad top to bottom. I thought they were stacked.
Yeah. Also, I agree with you too because I agree with your opinion that they was going to win because Laku he was a really brolic, a really strong striker, and he used his strength to really dominate on the pitch.
Right.
And he links up well with in holding plays. He links up well with De Bruyne, and De Bruyne is a really talented player. He has he has a good touch and good vision, and he has height. Like to be a soccer player, you usually have to be tall. So teams with small players were obviously wasn't as powerful as Belgium was because of their height.
So what's a good
Belgium
height?
has really good height. 6 feet. 6 feet.
6 feet. Okay.
6 feet. 5'9". Basically, be tall. Be considered tall.
Be tall. Be considered tall.
Be considered tall. I mean, I think what's the average height? What's the average height
for a man?
Yeah, for a man.
6 feet.
Average?
Average is 6 feet.
When? What was that?
You can look it up. You talking about for soccer?
No.
In the world?
In the world.
6 feet.
6 feet. Come on, man. That's like nations, man. It's like there's like whole nations where they're like they're like too short.
The average height was 5'8", 5'10".
All right, look it up. Look it up. Average height of man. Because I see why, but I've always heard 6 feet.
That can't be true.
I think it's.
Oh, okay. So right here. Oh, see? Yeah, exactly.
I think
5 foot, approximately 5'10".
Right. Saying something like that.
A height chart for men of the white, showing an average. So they say between 5'10" and 6 feet. That's what basically saying.
Really?
I'm seeing like UK saying like 5'11".
It looks like it though, like between 5'10" and 6 feet.
We'll just say that you need height because this is the big.
You just need height.
You need height.
You gotta be tall. Just be considered tall.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
You need height. You need height.
All right, no doubt.
Remember we had that conversation with that guy in the park, and he was saying that a lot of guys are really tall, like especially guys in Africa. They're like 6'3". The shortest is like your height.
Right. They're big as hell and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Right. So the semifinals.
Yeah, basically Belgium, Laku links well with De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Also Hazard being the number 10, he has really good skills and he dominates. He links up well with them. He basically gets them. He gets them the guns they need. He's the guy who he gets the guns and he brings it to them and they just use it and they dominate. They dominate. He'll even bring them a nuke, and I think he did against he brought them a nuke in the round of 16. He just brought them like a nuke and they just like tactically use it and then like run. Just leave it on them. You know what I'm saying? That's basically it.
Wow, man. Wow. Yeah. So obviously we knew the finals, Croatia and France, and France won. How did you feel about the team? How did you feel about the Croatian team? Like, did you feel?
Yeah, they're a swing team. They're a swing team, right. And Modric is already a very popular player. He's a very popular player. He plays Madrid. And Madrid is a very popular team. They have like all the superstars.
Real Madrid.
In the whole world.
Real Madrid.
Yeah, Real Madrid. They have all the superstars in the whole world playing in that Spanish club. So he's also.
Speaking of Real Madrid, well, find out for the speaking of Real Madrid, would Real Madrid be considered like you making it to the mountaintop as a soccer player? Basically
because of the fact that a lot of players notice that they pay extremely well, and basically their lifestyle is like seen as like the ideal lifestyle of a footballer.
Really?
Where your team is dominating in the league, usually wins the Spanish league, and basically your rep is highest. Your work is like appreciated heavily in Madrid. Right. People watch all day soccer and are fans, and they're like basically, they're like you become like someone like LeBron James or someone like Kobe Bryant if you played on a team like Madrid.
Wow.
To people there in Spain.
Wow. So they're pretty powerful players.
Players over there. Yeah.
So they become powerful players in the world of
basically they earn all their rep across the world if you're playing on that Spanish club, Madrid.
So like Modric would be considered that type of player, basically, right?
Yeah, basically because of that, because of his him. I think because he trains with, I think they're a swing team, but he trains with Cristiano Ronaldo regularly. He trains with Gareth Bale, which did really well in the UEFA Champions League. His goals in the UEFA Champions League were high quality, high class.
Okay.
So he trains with really good players, with Messi even in that league. So he's a really developed number 10. So they played really well to get to the finals. Also Mandzukic plays on Bayern, in Munich. So he's also a really good European talent.
Okay.
So they linked up basically Mandzukic, Modric, and they really dominated the game.
Okay, all right.
But France, of course, knowing and being able to see the future and reading their minds, and making them like unable to like play well.
Yeah.
Beat them.
So France, as a team, like. How did you view them as a team? Did any players like stand out to you throughout this whole entire tournament for them? France as a team, right? Did any players stand out to you throughout this whole entire tournament? On France.
Oh, any players? Oh, of course. The whole French team is like they're like made men now.
Oh, they're
like made men in like mafia, like Godfather. They're made men. They'll just tell you about it, business and stuff like that, man.
Okay.
Mbappe, Griezmann, Pogba, Matuidi, Giroud, Hugo Lloris. They're all like talented players. They most likely most of their players play in the French league.
Yeah.
Most of their players play in the French league, and basically Mbappe is a French talent, and he plays for my favorite club, Paris, and I know he's 19. I'm 19. And I mean, he's a millionaire talent, man. I mean, like I'm 19, you just see him pull up like in like a Ferrari or maybe
it's crazy.
a Rolls Royce, just to tell you that to keep playing, man. So, yeah, man, I hella like Mbappe's skills, his talent. He plays for my favorite club, so I knew that he's a high quality player because he trained with Paris the whole year. So he's a high quality player. Griezmann is also another high quality player who plays in the Spanish league. Pogba is, of course, like a really big talent, a really big French talent. So his height and his athleticism is really big. So he was also a big part of the World Cup win.
Okay, all right. Who do you think out of all the players, like, was the real star in that team? Because I know there's a lot of stars that you mentioned. Would you pick one? Like, is there any one player that's really, really was the driving force to them winning the World Cup this year?
Yeah, it got to be Griezmann.
Griezmann.
Yeah, man, it has to be Griezmann.
Okay.
Griezmann played. Griezmann played really, really well. Everyone knows that he's a really like a sharp looking guy, so he stands out in the French national team. So I feel like he played really well. He's a playmaker.
Okay.
Yeah, basically Griezmann links up well with Pogba. He links up well with Mbappe. He links up well with Sudi, a center, a defensive midfielder. Yeah, basically it's gonna be Griezmann. And after Griezmann, Mbappe. So they're really, it's really close.
Oh, it's really
Mbappe, Griezmann
Okay.
are really close because Mbappe's goal in the finals was really like, basically when you see Mbappe's goal, it's like basically telling you that it's over. You feel like it's over. You feel like it's over when you see Mbappe score a goal. You know that your team is just, outclassed and beaten. So.
That's good.
So I have to ask, what is next in soccer or football?
Yeah, it's August, so there's a cup going on. It's always usually a match. So a lot of soccer fans, like to say that. A lot of soccer fans like to say that there's always a match going on. So
Yeah.
there's always a match. I feel like the closer you are to a match, the more you're gonna meet a lot of people who are different. So I feel like there's a lot of people who are from different nations, different countries.
Yeah.
So wherever you see a soccer match, there's always a lot of people from different countries, different nations there. So yeah, basically there's a cup happening right now, even in the U.S. Some pro players play. A lot of pro players are playing. Yeah, I think it's in the U.S. right. Usually there's a cup. There's always a cup happening. But I would say that the next biggest cups will probably be UEFA Europe. For Champions League, Spanish League, French League is also big.
Okay.
When will the U.S. win a World Cup?
When will the U.S. win a World Cup? I'm sorry. Basically, the U.S. would probably win a World Cup. I mean, what do you think is stopping the U.S. from winning a World Cup? I think, Cristiano Ronaldo was up for sale. I think Cristiano Ronaldo plays for Juventus right now.
Okay.
He should come play over here in the U.S. I'm surprised I was unable to get him to come play over here, like in New York or maybe L.A. They got Zlatan and some other players to play in L.A. And basically, I think the U.S., the most popular sport out here is basketball, man. I mean, these are the States. I have to be honest with you.
I think football's more popular.
I think football's more popular than basketball.
I have to be honest with you. I think if more people play, I think it's growing though. It's growing.
No, it's growing. Yes.
Soccer is a growing sport in the U.S. I feel like if I saw there's new clubs like Atlanta and stuff like that. They're new soccer clubs
teams, right?
in the major league.
Yeah.
So I feel like the soccer will continue to grow. I feel like the U.S. could win the World Cup, but I feel like the U.S. has proven itself in the World Cup with women. So women play. The American women play soccer really well. So I would say the U.S. soccer is big here. I feel like they should have qualified, but I did not see the USA in that cup as the swing team. But I would say that they might be getting outmatched with the amount of players, athletic people who want to play basketball. And soccer is not about being like small or skinny. It's about being tall and also brolic even.
Really?
So you know,
you have to be bro. Soccer.
That's interesting information because usually whenever I'm always talking to like soccer coaches, they're like, oh, you gotta get your stamina right, you gotta be quick, you gotta be agile.
No, you're right, but they're really strong. Soccer players are really strong. They're powerful.
Yeah. A lot of coaches really want like a strong, tall player. So a lot of coaches want that. I was thinking of a player like Shea from like FC Dallas. He used to play for FC Dallas. I think he's in or Vancouver. I feel like you have to be tall to play soccer. You see how Shea was like that? Yeah, Shea was like that.
Really?
Yeah. You have to be tall to play soccer. So a lot of players see like LeBron, you see like Kevin Durant, you see like Tom Brady. You would prefer to play football and basketball. So that would probably be why you're not using their most athletic male players, but their female players are really athletic and beautiful. So
beautiful too. All right. So who do you think is going to win it the next go around, next World Cup? Who do you think is in position to win it next time? Not next year, the next 4 years.
Next 4 years, I have to say probably France. If they won it already, I feel like France was very powerful this year. Spain teams took out good teams. I feel like France again in the next World Cup.
Okay.
We're gonna remember
players like Mbappe developing too. He's also developed.
All right.
We mark that down, but definitely, we appreciate you coming, brother.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Man, thanks, Ray.
Thank you for your knowledge.
All right.
Thank you for educating the people about soccer.
Osayuki.
I think soccer is a pretty interesting and amazing sport. It's one of the sports that lasts for a very, very long time.
It's the most popular sport in the world. No question, no debate.
Here in the United States, we got to get on that. Like, you got to get on that.
Yeah, but I got to get on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the U.S. dominates in soccer already with women. So basically, a lot of women come here to play soccer with female players. So basically, the female soccer team is very good. So soccer is definitely growing in the U.S. and there's a soccer base and people who play. You know. So and there's fields even like left rack is like a field that was even in the building. So in the park over there. Okay. So as you can see, soccer is
it's coming up.
You see the fields popping up. So maybe some more very very athletic players go on the pitch and play a game or so with each other, aside.
I've always been like, make this quick. I've always been around it. Like, Queens, is really mixed, and I live around Corona, Elmhurst. Yeah. There's a lot of Spanish people that play soccer all day,
we mean
every day. A lot of Spanish people.
A lot.
It's Spanish dominates around here.
Yeah, completely dominates.
Or Hispanic, I should say, and totally dominates around here, and. I've always been around. I played soccer before. I'm no good, you know what I'm saying? But I get busy, you know what I'm saying? But, we appreciate you coming once again.
No doubt.
Y'all got to get on soccer and call it a spade. You feel me? That's how we doing here.
Is there any social media?
They can reach you?
Or any type of social media handles that you want to put out there to reach you?
Yeah, my Facebook is public, so you can reach me. You can probably try to add me on Facebook if you know me. My name is Ehigie. ASEOSA, and I should usually pop up on Facebook. My SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, my SoundCloud. Caesar. Hold on, let me pull up my SoundCloud. Yeah, my SoundCloud. You could probably, because I want to post this on SoundCloud. Can I post this on SoundCloud? Because I'm on it.
Yeah.
I want to post this on SoundCloud. Yeah, so I also have. This is pretty long. I have a SoundCloud account. I have a SoundCloud account, but I might chop it up. For a short amount of time. But yeah, Caesar. Yeah, if you're on SoundCloud, just type in Caesar, CAESAR, and you can see some of my some of the songs, tracks that I made, and my views. I have like 10,000 views on one track on SoundCloud. So
that's cool.
If you listen to this, you could probably listen to my SoundCloud station. And
check out my SoundCloud too.
Shit, stuff I make on that.
No, definitely not. I'm actually gonna check that out. I didn't know.
I didn't know that either. That's even new information.
He didn't fucking tell me that. I'm always with him. He didn't tell me that. Fucking dick. All right. Nah, but yeah.
Also, you can also get me on YouTube too. I have a YouTube. Just type in ASEOSA and Ehigie on my YouTube as well. I also pop up on YouTube.
Okay.
So I've also did a bit of YouTubing as well.
He's getting busy, man.
All right.
Social media is important. Social media is important, man. Social media is important.
It's a powerful thing right now. Very powerful.
Yeah, to stay involved and stuff like that.
For sure.
And your message too, your impact. I had like 3,000 views on YouTube once. So I had like 40,000 views on YouTube once. So I mean, my impact is big.
Okay.
It's really big.
Okay.
So I feel like I should continue to talk about trending topics and topics that people care about.
Hey,
this is one topic that is really trending, the World Cup. So that was really interesting that we talked about it, and I feel like it'd be great for social media.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Appreciate
Definitely, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I appreciate you guys too.
No doubt.
You can follow us at Call It a Spade on Instagram, Call It a Spade, YouTube, everywhere, even SoundCloud. We're going to get on Google Play and iTunes soon. We'll definitely keep you posted on that.
Look for the card, guys. Look for the card.
Yeah, exactly. Look for the card with a big spade on it. Yeah, and also, by the time we put this out, we'll probably have all that figured out. So just keep looking. You know what I'm saying? Just keep looking. You can follow me on Instagram, Mr. Hanson. And you got follow me on SoundCloud at Ray Hanson, Facebook at Ray Hanson. You know what I'm saying?
You can also follow me on Instagram at dieselmoney_21. I have Snapchat, so
Snapchat.
OED11, or you can search up my name, you'll find me.
Yeah, same here.
Osayuki.
Do that.
Same thing on Facebook as well. And follow me on Twitter too. So
Diesel.
Just search up my name, Osayuki. You'll find me on all 4 platforms.
Spell it for them, bro.
So Osayuki, OSAYUKI. So
I bet.
Let's find search up me over on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. I'm all there.
Yeah, and hit us up too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
DM us. We like to talk to people.
Yeah, we'll have our email linked to the Instagram,
exactly.
to the Instagram.
Shit, we didn't do that. We didn't do that.
Well, I took it down.
Oh, okay.
I'll explain it later.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll have our email. We'll have our email linked into the Call It a Spade Instagram account. So email us any questions or maybe any ideas, comments that you want to send to the show, and we'll greatly appreciate it.
Definitely, we appreciate it, yo. Y'all have a great day. You know what I'm saying? Stay in tune.
To my dog with the no look. You ain't know I'm a dog who ain't told you. My bad, am I fucking with the wrong crew? But y'all all switch sides like Braun do. X in my DM, don't respond to the old news.